living being who is born is trying to move here and there and first worry about gathering some food. Once the food is available, after eating the food, he gets some strength in the body and the senses. And then he wants to arrange his protection in the form of building some nest or making, like birds make a nest. Lion and others, they live in a den. Everybody has been given knowledge by God how to create some protective environment. Once that is made, then one searches after the mate. So Prabhupada says once the mate comes, when they come together, the result of their coming to comfort is children. So once the children come, Prabhupada says when one is a single boy, one can move around freely. That's why we use the word free bird. Correct? Free bird means what? Only one. You can move around anywhere you want. But the moment you decide that I need a mate, as soon as a mate comes, then the babies come. When babies come, immediately the female bird is worried about safety, security, protection, amenities, facilities. Then a nest has to be built. So a bird may make a nest, a man may purchase a house. So Prabhupada was recently saying in one of the lectures I heard, Prabhupada says, people are living in pigeonhole houses, he's saying, because they have made a skyscraper building, tall towers. You go there and see, every house is a small house like matchbox, like a pigeonhole, he says. So pigeons have made their small residence. Similarly, human beings have made their small, residence also for their living. So in this way, one finds out food, clothing and shelter in this world, but after staying in that place, what is the next goal of the living entity? Is to remove the miseries and make life more comfortable. That is actually the goal. Now diseases come, okay, go to the doctor. You're hungry, cook food and eat. You're thirsty, drink water. And any enemies or neighbors are creating trouble, fight with them, defend yourself, protect yourself. So in this way you will find the living entities all time goes off in this basic arrangement of amenities, facilities, comforts, for somehow or other dragging on in this world. Whether it is a human being, whether it is a bird, whether it is an animal, whether it is an insect, whether it is a small ant, they all are doing the same thing. If you ask an ant will tell you, hey, when rainy season comes, there will be river of water everywhere and I won't get my food. So in the summer season, I will go around here and there, gather some food and put in my hole and block the hole so that there will be no water entering inside. Then we can, during rainy season, 4 months, we don't have to go out. So he is thinking about his own protection and safety. Food is arranged, accommodation is there, peaceful. Similarly, every living being is thinking about how to bring about immediate comfort so that we will not be afflicted by hunger or thirst or lack of protection and everything like that. But the intelligent human being should think that when the jiva came to this world and before he became trapped in this material body, he understands that I actually don't belong to this world. This material world is a foreign land. For whom? For the jiva. Spiritual world is a home. That's why we say back home, back to Godhead. See, when you use the word back, means what? That is your home. Correct? No? Back home. You don't say to home, you don't say. What do you say? Back home. That means you are in the home, you're coming from there. You have to go back home, back to Godhead. So, that is my real home. This is a temporary place. When you go on duty also, company puts you in some hotel to stay, some accommodation, some job to be done. It's on duty. Nobody is comfortable in that. Once that period is over, 3-4 days, you check out of the lodge and then you take a flight or something, go back to your home. When you go back home, take bath and eat food and then be with your own near and dear ones, you feel more safe because they are trustworthy people, kind people, compassionate people. But you are not comfortable in a foreign place. In the same manner, the soul also, the most comfortable place is the spiritual world. There is a verse which says that. Karna praveshtarandrena svanam bhava saroruham dhunati shamalam krishna salilasya yata sharat dhautatma what is it? Dhautatma purusha krishna palamodam padamulam na munchati takta sarva parikleshair panthasva sharanam yatha. This is the verse I was telling. It says Dhautatma means purified soul by chanting the holy name and hearing the holy fame. The soul who has become free from his sickness. So there is a sickly soul, there is a healthy soul. So conditioned souls are called sickly souls. And liberated souls who are devotees of, pure devotees of the Lord are called. So once the soul goes from sickly state to healthy state, then Padamulam na manchati. He will never give up the lotus feet of Krishna, he says. And then how is it? He gives an example. Takta sarva parikleshair pantasva sharanam yata. If a person who is a weary traveler, after having travelled all over the world, he gets very tired. And then he comes home and takes a bath, relaxes the easy chair, eats nice food. So such a person, will he want to leave the home? No. As he is comfortable in the home, the conditioned soul is comfortable back home, back to Godhead. Just like a bird is wandering in the day here and there to get some food, but evening the bird comes back to nest with his own relatives and friends. The bird is very comfortable. Just as a bird is comfortable in a nest, the man is comfortable in his own home, the jiva is comfortable back home, back to Godhead. And that is the goal of life. So, any intelligent devotee should always keep this in mind, that I have come to a foreign place, right now I am a sickly soul, I have to become healthy, and my sickly tendency is bhogavritti, and my healthy tendency is seva vritti. Now, although we all want to do seva, some amount of bhoga pravritti is also afflicting us. So, when one says yes to Krishna, no to Maya, repeatedly, that's how we become more and more purified. So the chanting of the holy name is the topmost medicine. Enese yaushadi maya nate padoda agi vaye. Enese yaushadi maya nate padoda agi. Hari nama mantra lotumi agi. Hari nama Jiva who is sickly in this world, you go to the Vaishnava and beg for the grace of the holy name. Loilo Magiya, we should go and ask. Then they may ask, then what about our Harinam Sankirtan? Without begging only we are distributing. This kind of holy name is sample soap. It is freely distributed. And then after the Jiva gets attracted, some Jiva start gathering and saying, oh, these people are dancing so happily, they are singing so joyfully, eating nice prasad, they seem to be free from all trouble. I also want what they have. He develops a greed. Then he comes to devotees. Then what he has to do? He has to beg for the holy name. Please give me initiation. The initiation is not given by catching a person and putting him in initiation list. That's not it is given. Actually, one has to beg the Guru. I am desperate to get out of this world and go back home, back to only when the Jiva begs, then Guru gives him the name and the mantra like that. Therefore, it's saying, say Harinama mantra, Loila Magiya. So, in the human form of life, it is said, Brahmanda Pramita Kona Bhagyavana De Guru Krishna Prasadi Paye Bhakti Gatave. So, in this world, wandering jiva, millions of lifetimes has been wandering. Kabu Raja, Kabu Praja, sometimes Devata, sometimes, ordinary human, sometimes animal, sometimes bird. So we all are fortunate. In this lifetime, we have come across a body of Vaishnavas, and we have come across our Acharya's books, Srila Prabhupada, and we have come across the glorious lifestyle of a pure Vaishnava. So somehow we have stumbled across and then come to this one most glorious place. This is exactly, ISKCON is like an airport from where the aeroplanes take off. Just like in airport, aeroplanes take off, ISKCON is an airport where Vaikuntha airplanes take off. Back home, back to God. Therefore one should take this very seriously and not remain sickly, but become healthy.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna.